Play.
86-year-old. What's the J for in their name?
I was named after my grandfather, William David Justice. I would have had three names. His name was David Justice.
Justice?
My father was Jasty.
Justy.
He was a David Justice. That was his father's name, was David Justice. Born in Virginia.
This was your father's father.
Yeah.
His name was David Justice.
David Justice, he said.
Justy, Justy, not Justice.
Justice. Remember the old courthouse in Lakes?
Yes.
The man that built that courthouse was named Justice, J-E-S-T-Y. R. Justice. And that's the same name, that was the same name spelled the same way my father's name, his father's name was spelled. Well, he didn't know nothing about it, but this was a big Swede built that courthouse there. His name was R. Justice. His name was on the cornerstone.
I am married to
And he said it.
But anyway, if they bring up from the under the touch and he said, this is where the name is.
I just told him what my name was.
Well, that's going on down now.
He tried to change it.
Whereabouts in Virginia was this, do you know? Where in Virginia was he born?
Virginia?
Yeah.
Holly Springs.
Oh, which place? Mississippi?
Mississippi. Holly Springs, Mississippi.
No, I meant your father. He was born in Virginia.
Oh, Richmond, Virginia.
Richmond.
Yeah.
How did he end up getting into Mississippi?
Well, he was sold slavery. Sold to a slave down in Mississippi.
Oh, his father sold him?
No, not his father. His father didn't know it. He said his father was an overseer for just an overseer. A plantation overseer.
What did he do on the plantation?
Everything. And he said he was bought 15 years old when they sold him.
When they sold him, they took him to the plantation.
And they brought him to Mississippi. And he could read and write.
How did he learn how to read and write?
Well, I don't know, somebody started him off, and he said he used to take the dictionary and everything he would learn. He had a better education. And it was. He could tell you the meaning of anything. He'd be reading the newspaper and ask what the meaning of the word. He could tell you, he didn't have to go to the dictionary and tell you right all about the meaning of all these words.
This is when you were children.
No, when we were children, we were going to school. And father, he had a good education, and he was a good braintism too. He taught us how to, when we got in school, multiplication tables and all that. When I started school, I could count, and I got into the second grade. These children up there in the third grade, was in the little primary arithmetic. I asked the teacher to let me get in the arithmetic class because the second grade kids were in us. And they used to turn him down, and I got up to the head of the class, and the second grade and all the third grade kids. I could count their head and correct when I was 5 or 6 years old. Oh, in the Reconstruction days, supervisor of Holmes Calgary. When people allow them to vote during construction days. We was elected to supervisor Holmes County.
There's justice of the peace also.
No, he wasn't just
What's a supervisor?
county supervisor.
Oh, remember that.
Run the water business, build bridges, and do all the things that the county needs. They have 5 supervisors. He was chairman of the board there. I used to hear him tell us all of them. They had to build bridges and things. Some man crossing the bridge and his mule fell off the side. They didn't have a roof on. The man got killed and sued the county.
So, you know, it'd be an inspiration to know that.
This sounds like a fascinating story, though. What happened on the slavery thing you were talking about? That
Civil War and soldiers was coming through.
these are Union soldiers?
Yeah. My father, he said that he did a lot of the slaves run off, went with the soldiers, you know, when they're coming through. Father, he didn't want to go with the soldiers. So he, the old man Hoover, he was his last man that owned them, you know. His master told him to go down, take all the horses and go and hide them down in the woods. They heard the soldiers was coming, the Union soldiers coming through. He took them all and went way back down some hollow and hid them, all tied them up. And a little long before the Yankees had come through, the old man says, "Son, then go down and bring me one of my horses. I'm going to Lexington and see what I can hear about these Yankees." So he went down there and brought him on. He got all his horses, started the town, and about halfway in the met the soldiers and took his horse away from him. Put him down. He had to walk back home. So all the rest of the stock they didn't get because my father had hid them. And so my mother, she said when the soldiers came through, they took most all the people's stock and main and told people to take them and ride them, you know, and going with the Yankees. But they didn't bother. A man Buck, my brother, you know.
She belonged
She belonged to Hunter Buck, and he was a Union man.
Oh, Union sympathizer.
Union sympathizer. And they didn't bother any of his things. And one of his sons, John Buck, he went with the Yankees to show them the way, you know, down through these countries. The rebels around there caught him and hung him. For showing the Yankees through there.
Well, Grandma and Ben Hoover were not on the same plantation at this time?
No. He was about 5 miles down farther. But they were married, though, but he had on weekends he would come up there. He'd spend the weekend, and he'd have to be back down Monday morning.
Back on his
Back to
plantation.
his plantation.
Mama said they got married by jumping over a broomstick. ceremony?
No. And my father, he used to marry people, you know. They used to call him Squire, they didn't call him just Thief.
Squire.
Squire Hoover. And he married a lot of people, a man, Buck Trueheart, you know, and Lexington. He married Perry Howard, you remember Perry Howard?
Yes. He
He married his father.
Well, this was after the war, though.
No, I think this was, yeah, I guess it was after the war, after the
Civil War.
Civil War was over. No. So there wasn't very many colored people who could read and write at that time. So he was pretty near the only one around there.
Did you try to leave? That person that was so smart.
As soon as they declared free, he left. Oh man, who would say came up there? John Butler, Hunter Butler on the mother. And he bought a place from it, Hunter Butler's daughter. And her husband sold him our old home place there. And he's the first colored man who ever bought property in the county of Holmes County, Mississippi. They used to have a picture in the charity collector's office in the courthouse there years ago. And showing he's the first colored man that ever bought property after the Civil War.
How was he able to buy the property? How did he have money?
Well, he didn't have money. He
Took it on a promissory note? And
yeah, and worked for a man, Buck.
Yes. And his wages?
Worked it out. He and my mother, she still worked there with the people, and he worked in his crop and worked it out.
How much land did they get?
Well, one time they had 320 acres. He bought two places, bought a place over there where my grandmother used to live.